But do you think we're getting a glimpse that the defense is going to be that there was this mindset that, he refers, oh, well, maybe Oscar had been drinking, maybe there's 20 people in a fight. Are they setting up that there's going to be a mindset the officers thought that, that were on edge before this even started? Is that what they're going with?
Obviously, I mean, let me be honest, be frank about this. There's a racial undercurrent to all of this, all right? There's a racial undercurrent here that people are responding that these are African-American kids, and therefore they want to treat them in an aggressive, hostile way. But the facts that were presented was not one that justified the kind of force that was used. It is no question that the defense is going to try to enlarge the fact pattern, the aggressiveness, to try to suggest that because it was what was going on, they had to be on heightened edge. My view about all of this is, this was New Year's Eve. This was New Year's Eve. There's a lot of people going on. Professionalism required that you treat people in a professional way, even though things are going on. And so what you have is a loss of professionalism. You have over-aggressiveness directed in ways that was unjustified, and then created the environment that caused this situation. This is a police riot as close as one you'll get.
John, what about the, oh my God, holding his head afterwards, oh my God?
There's no dispute, and I think we've always had this notion that some comment was made afterwards. As to what impact that has, that's really a jury question, in my view. A jury will have to determine what that means, in large measure because you may have different comments made by him. But certainly what you have is a comment that says, oh my God, words to that effect. I don't think that undermines the question of a holding order, because the holding order is a function of what did you do, and if what you did, was it justified by the facts that you had in front of you. And I don't think there's any facts here that would support the use of deadly force, bringing that force out, that weapon out, and then using it at the time it did. Whether or not his reaction after was, oh my God, what does that impact? Does that go to his mental state? I don't think it goes to his mental state for evaluation at this stage of the proceedings.
Would Bobby care to say anything? I mean, somebody from the family again? How you feel? This is, now that you've seen this week, supposedly is their strongest evidence.
Well, the way I feel about it is at this time, the defense has no choice but to try to demonize Oscar. And the video speaks for themselves. Any sensible person that takes a look at these videos will see that Oscar was totally cooperative to everything that was going on. For the defense to try to demonize him is, to me, reaching for straws. And this is what we see today. Of course, it angers me to see that, but the fact is that Oscar was totally cooperative to everything that was requested of him by the BART police.
Again, your feelings as you watch these videos. We saw a number more today. It doesn't get easier, I'm sure.
Of course it doesn't get easier, but it just supports what the family has come to greatly appreciate, and that is the community looking and seeing things that are wrong and taking action and getting involved and sharing their wisdom and their respect and saying, hey, hold on, this is wrong. Everyone on that train that night witnessed what happened, and has come forward to voice their opinion about what they saw.
What would you say to those folks? We saw the first witness, dab back tears.
They feel what we feel, and we thank them. We as a family appreciate everyone that has come forward to share what they have saw, to share their videos, and to show their love and their concern and their desire for justice.
What if you hadn't had any videos? Do you think?
Look, I've taught a lot of cases, okay? And I've been involved in a lot of cases where bad shootings have taken place, and clearly without videos it is a more challenging case because the police version is more difficult to offset. It doesn't matter as much in a case like this what the police version will be because the videotapes themselves reflect what happened. So statements have to conform to or contradict what the videotape statements are. So obviously from our point of view, the egregious nature of this is not only the shooting, but the fact that there is a video camera, and a number of video cameras. And I think that what Bobby has said the most, in this present age, and with everyone having cell phones, cameras, and myself included, and every day you'd be surprised the number of cases that have come to me more recently with video cameras involved. So it is a new era. I think it will make for better policing in the long run. It's a very positive thing that's out here, and I think that the community feels more empowered with their own video cameras and can come forward and participate. And many of the people who saw this, they were so outraged. Many of them came to the funeral. They were so outraged about what happened. So in terms of a community standard, what they saw by the police offended them in very strong ways.
Do you know who will come on tomorrow, who the defense is going to put on? Do you have any idea?
I don't really know. I know that they've called this person back. I know they're going to call a couple witnesses.
Do you know who that
my clients? No, a couple of my clients will be called as witnesses.
Number of your clients?
A couple of my clients, right.
John,
Pardon me?
I'm sorry. There was an entire audience, effectively, of hard patrons watching this, and the police had to know full well that they were being watched and what was going on. With that scenario, can you envision that there would have been an officer, in this case mentally, deliberately shooting someone in front of everyone?
You see it? Number one, I don't know what he saw, and I don't know if he knew that there were cameras there. He did what he did, so I can't say what his mindset was. I mean, we all talk about his mindset. We only know what he did.
How do you dismiss an accidental shooting?
I don't have to go to the point whether it's an accidental shooting. I only go to the point of what happened. And what happened was to pull the gun out, pointed at that person, and the gun was fired. So I don't see that as an accidental shooting. And the reason being, number one, is the gun should have never been pulled out in the first place. So if you pull out a gun under circumstances where you shouldn't and it goes off, at the very least, you have a criminal negligent homicide.